Hey all, good evening. Welcome to the day 4 of a startup bootcamp. And today we are going to be learning about branding basics. So the past 3 days we're learning about how to build your own startup. On the day 1 we learned about ideation, how to find a startup idea. On the day 2 we've learned about how to market research for a startup. And on day 3 we've learned about how to put your lean business canvas in action for your company. And on the day 4 today we're going to be learning about branding basics. So what is branding? Why it is useful for your new company. So let's dive straight into it. So in today we're going to be learning about what is branding. So here's the agenda. We're going to be learning about what is branding and what is brand strategy and what is brand equity. And we're going to be defining your brand. I'm going to tell you 10 tips for your branding and why do you need a brand for your company and things to establish while you build your brand. So we're going to be looking at these things and moving on to the first thing is branding. So what is branding and what is the importance behind branding? So a brand is how a business is perceived in the mind of someone who's experienced it in some way. So someone can form this perception by hearing a friend make a comment about the business, or spotting a logo on a delivery van, or reading a review online, and listening to an interview with the founder, or through a personal experience as a customer. So think of all the ways your business could have leave an impression on someone, a customer, a supplier, an employee, a journalist, or any stakeholder who may have come in contact with the company. So these are the brand touch points. So and the special place it occupies in someone's mind. So when you think about someone's some brand, the first thing which will come in your mind is called brand positioning. So your business can consider and control some of these business touch points, such as the design aspects, the copywriting of your website, or the contents on your email newsletter. So many other brand touch points will be outside of your control, like online customer reviews. So the goal of branding is to be crystal clear and have a positive impression of your business across many touch points as you can control in as you can control. So these are described as brand associations. So, and you can also vastly improve your business by influencing them. And branding is one of the most important aspect of any business. It may be large or small, it may be retail or business to business. So, an effective brand strategy gives you a major edge in increasingly competitive markets. But what exactly does branding mean? And how does it affect a small business or startup like yours? So, simply put, your brand is a promise you make to your customers. That's a promise you give is your brand. So it tells them what they can expect from your products and services, and it differentiates your offering from the competitors. So your brand is derived from who you are, who you want to be, and who people perceive you to be. That is all about the branding aspect. And now we'll be learning about what is brand strategy and brand equity. So your brand strategy is how, what, where, when, and to whom you plan on communicating and delivering your brand message. So it's so simple. Your brand strategy is how, what, where, when, and to whom you plan on communicating and delivering all your brand messages. So when you advertise, uh, so where you advertise is the part of your brand strategy. Your distribution channels are also part of your brand strategy. And what you can communicate visually and verbally are also a part of a brand strategy too. So consistent strategic branding leads to a strong brand equity, which means the added value brought to your company's product or service that allows you to charge more for the brand than what is identical unbranded products which is in the market. So the most obvious example of this is Coke versus a generic soda. Because Coca-Cola has built the largest powerful brand in the world, it can charge more than its products, uh, uh, and the customers will actually pay a good higher price than normal generic soda. So the added value intrinsic to the brand equity frequently comes in form of perceived value or an emotional attachment. For example, Nike associates its product with star athletes, hoping customers will transfer their emotional attachment from the athlete to the product. For Nike, it's not just the shoes feature that sell the shoe. It's more than that. It's the emotional connect which they create. So moving on, we're going to be defining a brand. So defining a brand is like a journey of a business self discovery. Yeah, we'll be going to defining. So defining your brand is about your business self-discovery, and it can be difficult, it can be time-consuming, and sometimes uncomfortable. So it requires at least that you must answer these four questions, which is given in the slides. So the first question here is, what is your company's mission? So you have to answer this four questions. So what is your company's mission? What are the benefits and features of your products or service? So what is the benefit, what's the features, and what do your customers and prospects already think of your company? So before creating a brand, what does your prospective customers think about you before? And fourth one is, what qualities do you want them to associate with the company? For example, when you think about Volvo, you think about safety. When you think about Apple, you think about innovation. So that, what qualities do you want your customers to associate with your company? So make sure you answer these four questions before moving on to defining your brand. So do your research, learn the needs, learn the buying habits, learn the desire of your current and prospective customers, and don't rely on what you think they know what they think. So because defining your brand and developing a brand strategy can be a very complex process, so consider leveraging the expertise of your team members and external stakeholders. So once you've defined your brand, so how can you get the word out of it? So here are some time tested tips which we've used in TechEgen. So the first step is get a great logo. So have a great logo and place it everywhere. And second is write down your brand messaging. So what are the key messages you want to communicate about your brand? Every employee should be aware of your brand attributes, your brand values. Third one is integrate your brand. Branding extends to be every aspect of your business. So the from the way you how you answer the phone, so and what you are salespeople wear on the sales calls, your email signatures, everything. So you have to integrate your branding message to all the aspects of your business, irrespective of anything. And the fourth one is, you have to create a voice for a company that reflects your brand. This voice should be applied to all written communications and incorporated in the visual imagery of all the materials you own. It may be offline or online. Is your brand friendly? Be conversational. Be more formal. You can get the gist. So create a voice for your company. And the next part is develop a tagline. So write a memorable, meaningful, and concise statement that captures the essential essence of the brand. So don't forget to develop a great tagline. The next one is design templates and create brand standards for your marketing materials. So when you are gonna in the process of getting great brand, use the same color scheme, have a good logo placement, and make it consistent in all your marketing materials. And second one is be true to your brand. Customers won't return to you or refer you to someone else if you don't deliver on your brand promise. So please be true to your customers and deliver the promises. And the next question is uh, be consistent. So I placed this point last only because it involves all of the above things. So all the questions which we've talked before, we have to be consistent in every one of them. So that is the most important tip that I can give you for. And if you can't do this, your attempts will be in vain. So be consistent. So consistency is the only thing you're gonna be good in branding. So don't miss consistency. So to sum it up, first one is have a great logo, write down your brand messaging. So integrate your brand into your company, create a voice for the company, develop a tagline, design templates and create brand standards, be true to your brand and deliver promises, and be consistent. So here are some things, and then we'll move on to the next part, that is yeah that is a 10 tips for branding. So I'm going to tell you 10 tips which I feel which is necessary to create a good brand. So the first tip is focus on what business achieves for its customers. So focus on what your business achieve for the customers. So your brand is no good to you if it isn't delivering what customers want. So your brand should deliver what the customers want and should solve their problem. So second tip is take ownership of a brand. Pay attention to customers' need, but you should still control what you want your brand to mean to them. So when you are focusing a brand to solve your customer's problem, you have to take control ownership of your brand. So don't mix it out. And a third one is be honest. If you don't believe in your brand, and no one will else will. So be honest. And the fourth one is keep your brand simple by focusing on uh, small number of key brand values initially. Later on, you can add more key values. While when you're starting at the fresh, keep simple by focusing on your small key brand values. So the fifth one is, as we discussed before, be consistent. Every aspect of your business should make your customer feel like the same way about you. So be consistent on the all parts of your marketing materials. Sixth one is be thorough. Look at all your systems to make sure that they help to support your brand. All the what do you call the teams, the customer team, sales team, marketing team, customer development team, product team should be aware of what your brand stand for, and they should help your brand. And on the seventh tip here is you have to involve employees. So make sure they understand your brand, and you have to make them believe in the vision of that brand. And on the eighth one, we're going to talk about is you have to communicate your brand. Make sure every advertisement, every brochure, every letterhead helps you reinforce the same message after and after again. So if you have a logo, use it everywhere and make sure the quality is consistent. So communicate your brand consistently. So the ninth one is meet and exceed what your brand promises. So when you fail at even once, it will damage your brand. So make sure you meet and exceed your promises and manage your brand. The last tip is manage your brand. So continually look for opportunities to make improvements, and don't be afraid to make changes to reflect shifts in the way you do business or the new trends in the market. So when you find new trend in the market, make sure you adapt a brand to it. That's called moment marketing. Try it out. So those are the 10 tips which I can give for you for branding. And we'll move on to the next part. Yeah, that is why do we need a brand? So what's the importance behind branding, and why do your company need a brand? So a brand is actually like a roadmap uh, for your business. So without it, most people will just pass you by. So your brand is like a road sign. So when your pieces but people passes, they should notice you. So however, with a strong brand, people are reminded of your business and how it can benefit them. So imagine, for example, that a person is driving down the highway and they know that they are hungry, but they are not in the mood for anything in particular. So they just know that they want food. They see two signs advertising next for a different food chain, food fast food chain. So both of them which are conveniently located at the next exit. So one of the chain is familiar with them. Its name and logo are synonymous with quality food. On the other is generic dinner that is not familiar, through they have no reason to doubt its quality. After considering both restaurants, the person decided to go with one that they already know. So now let's look at the same example from the perspective of that restaurant. So they gained business without needing to convince anyone with a clever marketing or a well implemented sales pitch. They did nothing more than the generic restaurant, and the other person was willing to choose them simply because they recognize their brand. That is the power of branding. So, in a sense, branding is a way to make marketing easier and less necessary over time. If you have a uh, strong brand, if you have established it, you don't need to work very hard to convince people to come to you. They will come if you have a brand. So people will buy your products and service simply because they know you, and hopefully they trust your brand, and they will refer new customers to you as well. That is the subconscious power of your branding. And that is all. Now you have understood why you need a brand. And now moving on to the next part is called, yeah, what you need things you need to establish your brand. So we're going to be talking about yeah, what are the values, what is the message, what impact do you want, who is your target audience, and what is your aesthetic. So we're going to be talking about these five things very briefly. So the first one is, what are your values? Yeah, what are your values? So so do you want to establish so now you want to establish a brand after you've completed all the processes, but where do you start? Rome wasn't built in a day, and building a strong brand is no different. Start with the basic qualities and aspirations of your brand, but be prepared to continue working for it or over time. So your business should be a reflection of your values. Do you want to run an aggressive business focused on increasing profits and wiping out the competition, or do you want a business to give it back to the community or have a positive impact on the environment? Do you want to provide something that makes the world a better place or allow people to enjoy leisure time? Your values define the course that your business will take. So understanding your core beliefs and goals is a vital step to creating or crafting your brand. So by asking yourself these questions, you can determine how you see your own business, how you see your own goals and values. So these values are a part of every facet of your brand. So it is important to be self-aware. If you understand yourself and if you understand your company, you can understand the kind of small business you wish to run. And your perception is very vitally very important, because you cannot hope to understand how customers will perceive your brand if you do not have a clear vision of it. So make sure first you have a clear vision of it, and then you can communicate with the customers. That is the first step. That is what are their values. And the next one here is, what is your message? So by creating a message, you are defining your brand's purpose for consumers. So what value does your brand provide that cannot be found anywhere else? So what purpose does your business serve in the community? Asking these questions can help you identify the brand or the benefit of your service and craft a message that gives the consumers a reason to engage with your brand. So your message, your brand message, should be concise, short, and easy to understand. Some of the most successful brand messages have been more than just a few words. Generally, a brand messages let the consumers know how the brand can improve their lives, or how can they provide something that they want, or something that they can solve the problem. So think about your business and what it does, then research successful messages to see how you can speak directly to your target audience. And that's all about what is the message part. Moving on, the next is, what impact do you want to have, that is on your customers and the marketplace. So do you want to run a small business that provides a service to the local community, or do you aspire to grow your business and become a household name across the globe? Or no matter where your end game lies, defining the impact you want to have is a key for creating a strong brand. So this way you can use branding strategies that fit your needs and objectives. So when you craft your message and develop a mission statement and a vision statement, you are essentially defining who you are and what you want to accomplish. So just as your values drives your business, so does your vision for the future. It is easy to get distracted with day-to-day issues that arise in the business world. But always remember to play the long game and focus on the reason you establish your brand in the first place. That is all about what impact you want to create. Moving on to the next is, who is your target audience? So who is your customer persona? Who is your ICP? Even the strong brand, even if you create a strong brand, it is useless if you don't create an audience. So who is your target audience? Who is your business intended for, and how do you plan to reach them? It may seem an obvious question, because like most small businesses, you want to reach as many people as possible. However, reaching the masses does not guarantee that people will choose your brand. In fact, casting too wide a net can waste a lot of time and money. So instead, home in on a demographic or several demographics to find the consumers who are most likely to take an interest in your brand. So when you're talking about demographics, you can narrow down your target audience by the first one is age. So you can, when establishing your target audience, age is the most important factor. So while some products and services are more accessible to people of all ages, most fall in certain range. So identify the range by researching the interest and priorities of different age groups. So the first one is age, and then you can differentiate by gender. So this category is not always applicable, as many business cater to both women, men and women. So the next question is next part is geographical location. So whether you're selling a product in a small town or you're shipping your merchandise worldwide, it's your brand. And the second, fourth one is niche demographic. Are you developing an app that allows expectant mothers to track their pregnancy, or product to keep rock climbers identify dangerous terrain? If your business speaks up to a very particular demographic, incorporate this as an integral part of your brand. That is all about target audience. So now we'll move on to the last thing about this section is what is your aesthetic. So this may seem unimportant, but the brand perception here is largely dependent on imaginary. If you throw, if you quickly throw a logo or a brand without researching about the impact, the color psychology of the color, about the aesthetic balance about the color relevance to your brand, the results will be less than stellar. So research about other business in your market to identify features that you think work and that you feel personally match your tastes and vision for your brand. You don't need to copy others, but instead come up with unique branding that includes elements that have been proven to be succeeded. So, however, if you are confident that you can come up with a good logo or a good design that is completely unique and does not incorporate any previous successful elements, go for it. Just remember to keep the nature of your business and audience in mind. So don't forget the audience. So you may have come up with a great logo that matches your taste, but perhaps it doesn't appeal to the target demographic. Maybe your design is appealing, but it doesn't really match the kind of products or service you provide. So it is research what works, research what doesn't, ensure that your imagery will both be appealing and memorable. So the strongest and the most memorable business are built on the solid brand, and creating a logo for your business is vital for increasing the brand awareness. If and Branding is actually often given a secondary role in marketing, and this is unfortunate because branding can make or break a business. So it should always be a primary concern. And you can also have a separate team, like for separate team for branding and incorporating the branding values to all the teams in a startup. So it should always be a primary concern, whether you're opening your doors for the first time or you've been back in the business for decades. Branding is primary. So by implementing branding strategies that take into account the nature of your business, taste, audience goals, you have made the first step towards building a long-term sustainable company. So building a brand is the first step towards a long-term sustainable brand. So that is all about branding. And to finish off to this session, we'll just go a quick run through of what we've learned in this session. So yeah, first we learned about what is branding and what is the importance of branding. So when you define your brand, you have to answer the four questions. That is, what is your company's mission? What is the benefits and features of your product or service? And what customers and prospect already think of the company? And what quality do you want them to associate with your company? You have to answer these questions. So before answering, do your research, learn the habits, learn the buying habits of your prospective customers, and don't rely on what you think they know what they think. That is more important. And when moving on, I gave some tips like have a great logo, write down your brand messaging, integrate your brand with all your team, create a voice for your company, develop a tagline, design templates, and create brand standards for your marketing materials. Be true to your brand and deliver your promise, and be consistent in branding. So I've got some tips over there. And we've learned about why do you need a brand, why a brand is important in business. And then we've learned about things to establish while you build a brand. That is yeah that is, what are your values, what is the message, what impact do you want to create, who's your target audience, and what is your aesthetics. And that is all about branding. And that is the end of our session. So thank you guys. Thanks for listening. And this is day 4 of our startup marketing bootcamp. We have one more day to go. And tomorrow we're going to be learning about marketing management and how to create a marketing plan. So stay tuned. Have a happy evening. Thank you.